Hi guys, Julia here from JM Squared Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with a massive bins and thrift haul. I think I've got about 50 pieces all in. I have about 40 pieces from the bins and I think about 10 pieces from the regular thrift. And this haul has it all. It's got some good bolo brands, some brands that I've never heard of before. It's got some great style-based pickups, so we've got a lot to talk about. But before we get started here, guys, if this is your first time here, if this is your first time stumbling on my channel, first and foremost, welcome. I am Julia, that is my name. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and the business of reselling on the internet here. If that sounds like something that you might be into, consider hitting subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, like I said, we've got about 50 pieces here, so we have so much to talk about. So why don't you go grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink. You know I've got my matcha latte. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the goods. So we'll kick this off with two pairs of Vuori men's pants. We've got the navy blue heather, and these are like their non-cinched ankle jogger pants. And we've also got the Loden green. Now these, well, they have come down a little bit in value and they don't fetch as much as like the women's straight leg pants do right now. Even the women's joggers are still a little bit higher than these. These will still probably pull like $30, $35 a piece. So definitely a brand that you can feel comfortable paying up for as long as your thrift store hasn't jacked up the price on it. We love Vuori here. They remain definitely a bolo. Next up, I found this beautiful Halston Heritage dress. This neckline is so beautiful. Halston Heritage, of course, being the diffusion line for Halston, but it's this beautiful, like almost purpley navy. This is one of those colors that will confuse people. Cocktail dress, it's got these pretty cutouts. This neckline is absolutely gorgeous on a person. And then it's got those matching cutouts in the back with a little additional one right here. It's bodycon, it's a size 6, it's in flawless condition. Now, Halston Heritage, like I mentioned, is the diffusion line for Halston, like the Halston. There is also another line called H Halston, which I believe is sold at either like Macy's or Kohl's. So just make sure, especially if you are thinking about paying up for something, that you are not paying up for something that is H Halston or Halston H, whatever that one is, because I don't think they resell all that great. If you have experience with it, it's not something that I pick up, but if you have experience with H by Halston, let us know how it does for you down in the comments. I've sold quite a few Halston Heritage pieces and they generally sell between like $50 and $100, and retail, this was probably somewhere like between $600 and $800 versus Halston, like Halston, which is, you know, in the couture prices range, several $1,000s for a dress. Next up, I found another little multiple situation here, and this is kind of like a roll of the dice, but I had to do it. So it's these two vintage polo shirts, and they're Silver Fox, which I have sold something from Silver Fox before. It wasn't necessarily like this, but it, you know, it's sold in vintage prices. The thing that I loved about this is that these are Pebble Beach golf shirts, and they're women's. But these are probably, I'm gonna say mid 80s. And I mean, the color palette here goes right with that, but they have a little bit of a slub knit. They are in flawless vintage condition. They're so straight cut to the point where I was like, are these actually men's shirts? And I had to pull out like a known men's shirt to check the side of the buttons, because for whatever reason, I will never ever retain that. There'll be times where I'll kind of like put it against me and try to button it, but these are women's shirts, flawless condition, size medium with the Pebble Beach logo. I'm not sure what I'm gonna get for these, maybe somewhere between $30 and $40. They are absolutely pristine vintage from a very, very, very famous golf course in, you know, very iconic colors. So I think that they'll probably do pretty well on the resale market, but I'm really rolling the dice with them because I did pay up for them. So we'll find out and I'll keep you guys updated. Next up, you know how I tell you to never sleep on sleepwear? Perfect example. The sleepwear section in this store was like chock-a-block, but a lot of crap, so much polyester. But in that chaff, I did find a pair of Cozy Earth pajamas. And this was sold as a set. I want to say I paid $8 for these, and they're a size large navy blue in that classic style. Now these retail like $150. And on the resale market, they go between like $50 and $75. So that's a perfect example of the kind of thing that I will more likely find in a regular thrift store than in the bins, just because Oftentimes, if there is a two-piece set of something, they get separated. Either they're already separated before they get to the store, or they get separated by people tossing the bins, and it's, you know, you might not find the other half. But these were hung together. Super pumped about that find. They should sell in no time flat. Cozy Earth stuff sells so fast for me. Definitely a bolo right now. Next up, this was such a cool find. So this is a great little turtleneck dress, and you can't really see it. It's got a little bit of like light ribbing on it. It's bodycon, it's a size large, but the brand on this is Enza Costa, which is a really high-end brand. They're sold at Revolve. I'm sure they're sold at other places, but that's really where I've seen them. And they make a lot of these really elevated basics. This dress probably retailed like $450. And on the resale market, I will see somewhere north of $50, probably somewhere between $50 and $100. Like, I'm always surprised by what I get for Enza Costa pieces. And they're beautifully made. I feel like I saw, yeah, it's 89% tencel, which it feels like, 7% cashmere. So this is something that's got like that little extra added bit of luxury, almost for luxury's sake. Also, it's a mock turtleneck, plain black bodycon dress. I mean, it's total closet staple territory. So for that, I'm gonna use everything from like the party dress, the cocktail dress. I'm gonna use mock neck, because that's very popular search term right now. I'm gonna use little black dress, elevated basic, closet staple, capsule wardrobe. All of those keywords work for something like this. Ooh, yeah, next up, when I got my hands on this one, I knew what I was holding was very nice. This is a beautiful nude net ruched cocktail dress, and this is from Michael Costello, and it was a collection that he did with Revolve. I don't know if you guys watched Project Runway. I obviously have been a loyal watcher of it since season 1. But I always loved Michael Costello. He was always the underdog, and I love seeing him have the success that he's having right now. And the man knows how to dress a curvy body. Him and Christian Siriano, I love that they take women over a size 10 seriously in terms of fashion, and they give them options. This, I want to say, retailed like $350, maybe $400 or so on Revolve, and this exact dress resells between like $60 and $150. So I'll have to do a little bit more research on it. It is a size extra large, which is always exciting to find in a cocktail dress. I'll tell you this thing, the lining on this it's polyester. It's like a spandex, but it is so soft, and it's got so much stretch to it, and this ruching is just gonna do everything for somebody's curves. It's gonna like hide the lumps and bumps, but also accentuate the curves. So I anticipate that going pretty quickly, especially with prom season and wedding season right around the corner. Next up, I grabbed this little dress. This is from Scarlet Darkness. Now, Scarlet Darkness makes kind of costumey pieces that are in between costume shop and like theatrical level. So this is for people who like to go to like Ren fairs and stuff like that. Stuff that's made for slightly more wear, but not quite as hard abuse as like a theatrical costume would take. I have picked up a ton of pieces from Scarlet Darkness, and they always sell really well for me for a better price than I anticipate. This is kind of like a colonial style dress, right? It's got the little ruffle sleeves here. It's got this, which is supposed to look like a chemise that kind of goes underneath a corset. If you are in any way interested in like historical dressing, please go give Bernadette Banner a follow on YouTube. She is #1, a confection just of a human being, but she has taught me so much in terms of like historical clothing and how it was made. It's fascinating. If you are into that, she'll be a nice comfort watch for you guys. But which is to say, she would not approve of this in terms of its historical accuracy, but it is like 98% cotton, 2% polyester. It's long, it's got the little tie in the back. I'll just have to make sure that I keyword this with all of the different keywords in terms of like what that could be worn for, in terms of like characterization, like what character are you trying to dress up for. I'll also use cosplay, historical reenactment, etc., etc. Next up, this is a label I haven't seen in a while, and a label I love to see. This is Brochu Walker. And they make the most gorgeous, sumptuous, elevated basics. The last one I found of this was just like a little strappy camisole, and I want to say it sold for like $40. Like, their prices are like Brunello Cucinelli level prices, right? They're very, very expensive. This probably retailed $200 to $300 for this. And it's just a little lightweight cotton long sleeve shirt. It's got a little bit of like a banded bottom and this cute little like tuck here at the neck. This is something that they do. It's size medium, in great condition. I'll probably see, around that $40 mark, maybe a little bit more. But keep your eyes out for that label, especially if you're out in the bins, because these are the kind of things you'll find like an undershirt that will weigh 2 ounces and cost you like 15 cents, and you'll get 30, 40 bucks for it. Quick. And the last piece I got, actually, I ran into one of you guys at the thrift store, and I was like fresh off of my mammogram. So let this serve as a reminder that if you are a woman over 40 and you have not already had yours or have it on the schedule, to make your appointment for that. Like, our number one tool against breast cancer that we have is early detection. But you caught me and I had no makeup on and my hair was in what I like to refer to as a full farquad. I'll clarify. This haircut is something that my stylist would not give me if she did not know that I knew how to style it, because her words, it can go very newscaster very quickly. But for me, when I only just kind of like blow it dry and don't like style it at all, it goes into what I like to call the full Farquaad, as in Lord Farquaad from Shrek. So anyway, it was great to meet you. Despite how awkward I might have been, I'm very not used to that kind of thing. But you told me that you put this dress back on the rack, and of course I went ahead and grabbed it. It's a little Veronica beard dress, and it's a cotton shirt dress, and it had like the size tag is cut out, but it's about a size extra large. I'm gonna guess that it's probably like a size 14 or 16. I'll have to look this up and see how they sized it. But it's this pretty like shirt dress. The buttons kind of go asymmetrically, and then the ruching goes down the side. And then it's midi length. It's 100% cotton, cute little shirt dress. This probably retailed for like $500 or $600, but probably somewhere again, like between $50 and $100 on that. Veronica Beard is just so wildly expensive and people really love her stuff. So it is a Bolo brand for sure. All right, now we are on to the stuff that I got at the bins, and we're gonna kick it off with this little beauty. So this is what's called a comfort blazer from Uniqlo. Now, I see a lot of Uniqlo stuff. I don't pick up a ton of it though. Like retail, it's pretty inexpensive, so on the resale market, it doesn't sell all that well. There are some things that do well, some of their collaborations, but something like this, I think will do quite well. That, and it's brand new with tags. Like retail price on this was $70. And it's a Glen plaid, which is, I think of my like menswear suiting plaids, my favorite. And brand new, like the little tack is still in place on the back vent. Sold comps on these blazers are about 40 bucks. So I'll anticipate seeing about that much. But yeah, this is just one of the exceptions to the rule. Like I look in particular for the collaboration pieces and the more significant pieces. Like if you're able to find some of their down, the down pieces will go between, 40 and 60 bucks depending on what you've got. And if you are out shopping for yourself and looking for some great basic pieces, bang for your buck, you are not gonna do better than Uniqlo. Uniqlo quality for the prices is outstanding, like truly outstanding bang for your buck. Next up, this is a little men's piece from Everlane. And at first I thought that this was women's, but it is indeed men's. It's just like a little linen stripe button-down shirt. Again, Everlane, absolutely love Everlane pieces. They were kind of like on the forefront of D2C, direct-to-consumer, if you're unfamiliar with that acronym, clothing brand, and they're really transparent in terms of their sourcing and all that kind of stuff, which I love. Their retail prices are high, but not crazy, but their quality for their prices is excellent. And if you were to see this from a different brand, a different place, they would be significantly more expensive. Something like this, I'll probably see around $30, $35 for. And I have no doubt that this will go quickly. This is basically men's resort wear, and resort wear is kind of popping off for me right now. Next up, this is a little style-based piece, and I will urge you all to pick up pieces like this. This is a vintage sweater with this darling little like floral pattern woven into the front. This is 55% Raimi. Thank you guys for confirming that for me. Raimi like Sam Raimi. And 45% acrylic. It feels like cotton. And it's blank on the back. I'm gonna guess that this will go in no time flat. I'll probably see somewhere between $20 and $30 on this. That's about what I see on these kind of vintage sweaters. There are some that will go higher. Obviously you have your Michael Simon sweaters, your heavily embellished sweaters. They'll go for a little bit of a higher price. This is more of a like bread and butter vintage whimsical sweater. So again, somewhere in that $20 to $30 range. And again, just given the motif on this will go fast. I will pick those sweaters up anytime I see them. Next up, a little Tommy Bahama piece. For whatever reason, the all black Tommy Bahama shirts have done very well for me. I'm trying to gather enough data to like really confirm that, but these style of Tommy Bahama shirts do well for me. This is 100% silk. It's a size medium. It's that very signature kind of oversized fit for Tommy Bahama. The thing about Tommy Bahama, especially out here, is that a lot of the times when I get my hands on them, they are like wrecked. There are guys that live in their Tommy Bahama shirts. So a lot of times by the time they hit the thrift store, they are well worn. So I'm really only picking up, you know, brand new with tags, limited editions, true vintage pieces. And like I said, the black ones do tend to do well for me. So I'll try to report back if this one goes fast as well. You gotta remember, like Tommy Bahama shirts are like $220 new. So on the resale market, I'll get, you know, $20, $25 minimum for them. They are a little bit saturated, but they still tend to move pretty quickly for me. Even if it's at the lower price range, something like that, I'll probably see more like 30 to 35. Next up, another little vintage piece. And this is like a tan suede maxi skirt. I mean, try to keep me off of something like this. So it's a little A-line maxi skirt, little pieced suede. It's got a nice patina to it. The designer on it is Brandon Thomas, which I don't really know much about. It's a size 8, fully lined, and it's got a little slit for movement there in the back. Obviously this is vintage, so I'll have to get like measurements on this to make sure people know what they're getting when they do buy it, make sure it will fit them. But something like this, vintage leather, vintage suede skirts, they typically go $40 to $50 for me. And I'm sure that this will probably go right in that range. Vintage suede skirts, vintage leather skirts are always a buy for me. There is just never a time when they're out of style. Next up, okay, so this is an interesting one. I grabbed this because it felt really well made, and it's this super cute dress, and it's gonna be really hard to show, but it's like off the shoulder, so this goes around the shoulders. It's got a little bra strap that goes around the back that actually keeps it cinched. It sits underneath of this, so this actually provides the support, so this doesn't bear all the weight and really kind of look super pulled. Open back again. It's maxi length. It's got these 3D flower appliques on there. The brand on this, and I'm so interested if any of you guys have any experience with it, is Baby Boo. Never heard of them before, but again, like the quality felt really nice. This did not feel like a super cheap $40 Amazon prom dress. It's fully lined, it's well made, the seams are taped, it's nice. So when I went to look it up, it looks like retail price on these is like around the $200 mark. And on the resale market, they're between like $50 and $150 depending on the dress. So obviously I'll have to find this specific dress, but I think again, with prom season coming up, sorority formals, this could easily go for like a bridal thing again, something blue, anything that you have that's like a blue or a periwinkle or white. You want to be using those bridal keywords because women will wear blue as well as white in that era of their life. But yeah, pretty good find. Let me know if you've ever had experience with it. Like again, it's a brand I've never heard of before. So if that moves fast and it moves for a great price, I'll be sure to report back. It is a size extra small. I'm not super concerned about that because that is something that will appeal to like, you know, college age kids and high school age kids. So it shouldn't have too much of a bearing on it, but that might be a little bit of a bolo. So we'll find out. Next up to a little bread and butter piece. This is from LL Bean, and LL Bean pieces always sell really well for me. Never for a crazy price, unless you're getting like a real distinctive vintage piece. But this is not distinctive vintage. This is just like a little olive green herringbone weave button-down shirt. Thing I love about this is it's a size XL tall. Again, something like this, I'll probably get somewhere $20 to $25 on. I have no doubt that this will sell quickly. Most LL Bean things that I do pick up, and I literally just sold a piece 5 minutes before I hit record on this video. Again, you know, most of the pieces that I have from there, they'll sell in that bread and butter range, but usually very fast. Like the one that I just sold, I think I listed 2 days ago. So while it's not something that I would really push you to pick up at a regular thrift store where you're paying like $5 for a shirt, if you're able to grab that kind of stuff at the bins at a really reasonable price and you're okay with a smaller margin on super fast sales, check out LL Bean stuff, especially if you're somebody who lives up in New England where surely you see a lot more LL Bean than I do here in LA. Next up, I'm never gonna leave it behind, ever, ever, ever. This is hand knit, it's burgundy, still the color of the season. It's this beautiful, chunky knit wool sweater vest, again, made with love, right? Like these things are not easy to make. Either way, this is definitely handmade. It's definitely wool, it's got that heft to it, and it's beautifully done. To be totally honest, it's really nice. Probably about a size medium or so. And I love when they have like the yarn buttons. These are pretty solid buttons, so they take a little bit to kind of push through the buttonholes, but we're okay with that. Something like this hand knit wool sweater vest in like a burgundy will probably go somewhere north of $30. And again, I don't think it'll sit around for all that long. These are, you know, one of a kind, and it's wool, so it's super warm and it's in beautiful condition. It's clearly vintage. I'll guess probably from the 80s, just going by the style, but it's beautifully done. Like, I think that this is really beautiful work from whoever made this, right? I can't really tell the difference, but everything looks uniform and really tight. So gorgeous. I will never leave something like this behind. Next up, okay, so this is a little piece from Anthropologie. The brand on it is Girls from Savoy. And this is probably like the twee era. And I am really keeping a really strong eye on this because I think that we are starting to see these pieces, these silhouettes, these kind of patterns, this kind of color mixing coming back into fashion. Fashion weeks are happening like as we speak. Paris just ended. So I'm gathering my thoughts, of course, but this has kind of a double dip in that it is that like twee era. This thing, you know, if you want to know like twee, think Zooey Deschanel. Zooey Deschanel was like the queen of the twee aesthetic. But this also, especially with the colors, this kind of teal and coral, has a very like retro silhouette. But I love the neckline. I think that that's super flattering. This is in flawless condition. It's about midi length, kind of a circle skirt, and it's size 6. So I'll probably see for something like this, like $30, $35 on it. I'll have to do a little bit more research, but I will be watching the space on the twee renaissance. I'm always interested to see how something that is so like iconically of an era becomes reinterpreted as a style in like the next generation. So, but yeah, a gorgeous piece. And again, in like flawless condition. Next up, this is one that I found in the bins and I picked it up because of this beautiful embellishment. It's these little like cabochon glass. They look kind of like pearl snaps if you're looking really closely at them. But this is from Diane von Furstenberg. This is size 8. And there's a little bit of like self-tanner staining here on the inside of the neck, but it's this cute little moto style jacket in this navy blue woven, almost like a tweed. This is like a jumbo tweed. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it's overall in excellent condition. Diane von Furstenberg, this was probably like $1,000 new. I'm not quite sure what I will get for this. Maybe somewhere between like $30 and $50. Diane von Furstenberg is one of those labels where like the wrap dresses, especially if you can find the silk jersey wrap dresses, they will sell for like $100 in 2 days. Like no questions asked. That is a forever in style, forever in demand. Something like this can take a little bit longer to sell, but yeah, keep your eyes out for those wrap dresses. They're super easy to miss, especially if you're seeing it on a rack. A lot of times they'll tie it really tight, so it'll be kind of like recessed back in between dresses, and in the bins, because that silk jersey is so slinky, a lot of times it just kind of compresses into a little ball. So keep your eyes out for it, guys. That is a major, major bolo. Oh, next up, I've found a couple of pairs of these and I've sold them all pretty quickly. These are from Young, Fabulous, and Broke. And I will never forget the first time I saw that little tag. I picked it up thinking it was Free People. This is years back. And I wasn't sure what it was. And when I got it home, I'm like, oh no, it's, you know, some boutique brand that is, you know, using a Free People style tag. But it is Young, Fabulous, and Broke, which is a pretty pricey brand. This is just a pair of navy blue, like tencel twill cargo pants. I've sold these recently for, I think, $35 or $40 in an olive green. Beautifully made stuff. And again, it's probably like $200 retail. But that was such a roller coaster when I found that because I was excited that it was Free People because this is back when Free People was red, 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 red hot. And then I got it home and I was disappointed that it wasn't Free People, but then learned that it was also a good brand. I'll just never understand why they're using something that is so like distinctly like another company. Like there's really no other brands, at least popular brands in the world, using tags like this. Just do something slightly different. Like these are not cheap tags to make, they're metal. So just do something unique, you know? Own your brand. Okay, so next up, this was an interesting thing. Actually, the day that I was at the thrift store, I saw a couple of pieces from this brand and I left them behind because I couldn't really find anything on them. But then when I was in the bins, I saw a couple pieces. So I'm like, you know what, I'll roll the dice because the quality is great. The brand here is By the Sun. And this kind of looks like a brand that had like a great message. It's all about like sustainable production and really high quality stuff, but never really got off the ground. It looked like they had like 10 or 11 different styles and you can still buy some of them, but some of them are sold out and it doesn't look like they've added anything new. But these are wide leg white gauze pants. They feel so nice. They're a size extra large. They're organic cotton hemp blend. And they feel absolutely brand new. Now, retail on these was about $100. So I'm interested to see how these sell. I don't think that they're gonna sell just based on their name brand. I think that they will sell based on what they are, and they are so nice. So we'll see, maybe $30 or $40 on this. Maybe I'll try them on and see if they fit me and I'll keep them forever. Who knows? That is 100% our prerogative as resellers. We get first dibs if we want something, but either way, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous piece. I do have another piece that I grabbed from there, I think in the next bag, so same story there, but let me know if you're familiar with the brand at all. Like I said, I couldn't find anything on them. I couldn't find anything resell, but just that being what it is, I think that will sell on virtue of what it is, not necessarily who made it. All right, next up, ooh, this was a fun one. So this is a little dress from Maeve. And this is not their newest tag, but it is one of their more recent tags. Newest tag is like a cream with a black writing on it. But this is a linen blend dress, again, size extra large. I think this is called like the twist front linen blend dress. So it ties in the back. So this will actually cover a bra strap. It's a short length. It's this pretty like burnt orange color. It's got pockets, a little smocking in the back for a good fit. Perfect condition, obviously a wrinkled mess right now, but sold comps on this are between like 30 and $40. So I'll reasonably anticipate somewhere around there. I do love finding larger size pieces from Anthropologie. I feel like I never ever do. And anytime I do actually find them, they tend to sell very, very quickly. Next up, this is, okay, the way that at this point, all I need to see is a seam and I know what it is. This is a nice oversized t-shirt from We the Free. These kind of shirts sell so well for me. This is obviously very oversized. It's size large, soft as soft could be. I'm gonna guess that's 100% cotton. This will probably sell somewhere between $20 and $30, maybe a little bit more because it is long sleeve and a little bit more of a significant piece. But I will, like, the way that so many of these sell for full asking price is crazy to me. Just these We the Free specifically t-shirts have some kind of magic dust on them that moves them super quickly. They just must have a real cult following. People must really like to get them. They're not cheap. I want to say that they're like 60 or 70 bucks retail, so that's probably why they sell so quickly, but I have no doubt that this will fly out of my closet, especially in a size large. And in contrast to the minimalism here, we've got the most, in my mind, Maeve t-shirt ever made. This, when I think of Maeve as like a line, this is literally what comes to my brain. I don't know why, it's just this particular color combo, the graphicness, the fit of it. So this is kind of cool in that this is like a jersey, and then the sleeves are like a a broadcloth. This is in like brand new condition. It's got a little curved hem there. It's a size small. Sold comps on this shirt in particular are around the $30 mark, which was pretty exciting to see. With it just being a t-shirt, I thought it would be a little bit lower, but this has some kind of demand on it. But I love this lavender and orange color combo. To me, this is so just like happy. This is just such a happy print. And to be totally honest, the world needs a little bit more whimsy and joy right now. So super happy to have found this little beauty. Oh, and the last piece in this bag was this little corset. So this is from Sugar Thrills. And Sugar Thrills is a Dolls Kill brand, but I love that it's got this cute little whimsical rosette situation going across the top. It's a full corset, it's boned. These are not like spiral steel bones or anything like that, but they will give you a little bit of support. And it is a size 2X, but Sugar Thrills, again, a label to keep your eyes out for. It is from Dolls Kill. Don't go crazy paying up for it. They don't resell for all that much. I'll probably see somewhere between $20 and $30 on this, but again, this can go bridal, this can go coquette, this can go Lolita. This has like a lot of different keywords that I can use for it, and it's in great shape, so I'll take it. All right, on to box 2. Okay, so this doesn't have a label in it, and I just think it is so stunning. I think this might be silk on the outside. There is no contents label anywhere. It is the most beautiful floral print. It's like a raw silk, at least look, fabric. And it's a long jacket, open front, and it's got these little like coin details. I think that these are supposed to look like yen. Memory serves me right, Japanese yen kind of look like this. They're metal, and they're not functional or anything. Like I thought at first that these were actually buttons, but those go on both sides of the front. I just thought this was so beautiful. I know the woman that would wear something like this. It is fully lined and it's in like perfect condition. So I'm not quite sure what I'll get for something like this. I'm gonna have to do some Google image searching and make some best guesses. And of course it says it's a size medium. That looks about right, but I'll make sure that I put some measurements up. But like I said, I'm not quite sure what I'll get for this. Maybe somewhere $30 to $40. It was just too pretty. I had to grab it. I thought it was so stunning. I've never seen anything like it. So this is something that I'll use art to wear, artwear, artsy, those kind of keywords on. And I'm sure that this will move just based on what it is. But again, this is just not something that I could leave behind. I just thought it was so pretty and so unique. Next up, we've got another one of those Uniqlo comfort blazers. This one's in like a heather gray. This one is not brand new with tags, so it's not gonna fetch quite as high of a price. And this one's a size small. The other one was a size extra large. Man, like where were these when I used to have to wear suits? Because I had polyester, lined in polyester, and they were cut really form-fitting, so there was like no range of motion. I would have killed for something like this. This is so nice for somebody who's like a realtor, who likes to wear a blazer, but is like out and about and moving around and pointing to things and kind of really like being in motion all day. Yeah, great find. I'll probably see somewhere, $30, $35 on this one. Next up, okay, this was a weird one and I just took a chance on it. So this is a little sweater that is from a brand called Newport Knits. So when I saw this, my first initial just quick snap gut thought was Nantucket. But Nantucket's abbreviation is ACK, that's the abbreviation for their airport. But I grabbed it and I looked up this brand and it looks like it sells for like $130. But what this is a local school and this company makes these sweaters for like fans of this school. So you'll see like moms wearing it. And they do, like San Juan Capistrano. I'm assuming that they're based in Newport, like California. So they do a lot of the schools around there. And this is also for a local school. And off the top of my head, I cannot remember the name of it, but the Martyrs is the name of their team. So we'll see how this does. I mean, this might be something that I try to put on like Facebook Marketplace because this will almost certainly be a local sale going to somebody, whose kid goes to that school. But like I said, these retail over $100, so maybe 20, 30 bucks on it. Let me know if you've ever found anything from them. I would be really surprised if you've ever found something outside of California. They do also do some like colleges, so maybe you've been introduced to it in that sense. But they're really nice. They're 100% cotton. They're intarsia knit, so we'll see how this does. I mean, talk about a niche buyer, right? Next up, we've got another little Free People We the Free piece, and again, hugely oversized. I'm pretty sure that this was a size extra small. Yeah, this is a size extra small. I'm telling you right now, this could fit me. And I'm very not a size extra small, but this has like a nice textured cotton kind of body to it. And then all these like panels where they join is this nice waffle. So it's something that I could see being worn like on a beach. This feels very like swim cover up to me. But it should be easy enough to find like the name of this exact shirt. And I'm gonna guess I'll see probably somewhere $30, $35 on it. These kind of like oversized shirts from We the Free, again, specifically We the Free, do very well for me. They're always kind of in that like upper end of the bread and butter territory. And I don't think that this will sit around for all that long. I think it's so cute. I think the thing that will hold this back is the size, which is a shame and always such a bummer with Free People things because there's so many of those pieces that are a size extra small that could easily fit up to like a large or an extra large. You know, if you are on the hunt for something from We the Free and you aren't finding it in your letter size, like if it's something that's oversized, make sure you expand your search. So say you're a size extra large and you're looking for something like that, like expand your search to a size small, medium, because you'll probably be able to find it. And if it's one of their like oversized fits, chances are it's going to fit you. My sister-in-law always says, she's like, I've got things that are an extra small from Free People that fit me, and I have things that are like a 2XL that fit me. Their sizing is just like wildly all over the place. Next up, I'll show these two at the same time. These are both from Zara, and I've talked about this kind of stuff quite a bit. These are some men's button-down cabana shirts, textured cotton. These kind of things sell between $20, $25 for me like all day long, all year long. This one is a size medium. I feel like I found these really close to each other. So they might have come from the same closet. This also 100% cotton in this very cool pattern. Let me get you up close on that. Isn't that so cool? I've never seen anything like that. I like the fact that it's red, something a little bit different. But again, when you have something like this, you want to make sure that you're using resort wear, resort space wear, vacation, poolside, beachy, beach shirt, cabana shirt, camp shirt. A lot of people don't know the difference between a cabana shirt and a camp shirt, and they'll kind of call it interchangeably. So like I said, $20, $25 on both of these, and no doubt they'll go really quickly since it's January and this seems to be prime resort wear buying time. Spring break is literally right around the corner. I can't believe we're already here. Next up, we've got another gorgeous little vintage whimsical granny cardigan. This one is from Alfred Dunner. I'm sure if you thrift, you have seen this label a few million times. But this is really the only kind of thing that I'll ever pick up from Alfred Dunner. But this is super cute. I want to say that this has to have some kind of wool in it. Yeah, 30% wool. You can feel it. But it's, again, that burgundy, that color of the season. It's got this pretty floral yarn embroidery down the front. It's in like perfect condition. It's a size medium, again, somewhere between $20 and $30 on this all day long. Isn't that pretty? Like that embroidery, a lot of times you'll find stuff like this and you'll see like loose threads and it doesn't necessarily affect it, but this embroidery is in flawless condition. We are getting precarious back here. Oh my God. Next up, another blast from the past, but this is from my past. This is a little Abercrombie and Fitch shrug. It's hooded. It's open weave. This feels straight out of a Hilary Duff video circa 2004. So it's hooded. It's got cap sleeves. It's a cropped length. It's a wrap silhouette, and it's got the little rope to go around. One of the things that you can usually look for is the mousse. I don't think that they do the mousse all that much anymore. I mean, they might be doing it on reissues. So if you guys have seen the reissues and they are using the mousse, let me know. But for me, that was always a little bit of a tell. I like that it's got this little like contrast fabric here. I'm not quite sure what I'll get for this. Some of these vintage Abercrombie and Hollister pieces, those baby doll shirts, are selling for over $100. If you have them sitting in your closet, now, right now, like right now is the time to sell them. If you have a daughter that was of that age in that era and there are some of those pieces, ask her permission first, but like now is the time to sell them. I know that they are not going to be that hot for all that long. So make sure you get them listed. Make sure you get them listed on Depop. Once again, if you want to make more money reselling, you need to cross-list. And you should be cross-listing to Depop. But yeah, somewhere between, I don't know, $20 and $100 on this, we'll find out. So like I said, right now is the time to sell those things. That vintage Y2K stuff is at peak popularity, and the only thing that comes after that is a decline. Oh, you know what? I thought I had a third Zara shirt in there. This is another linen blend men's shirt. Just, again, a little natural stripe. This one's in a size large. Again, this one is not that kind of like knit crochet look, but because it is linen, it's a cotton linen blend, it should still go in that $20, $25 range. And again, should see that fairly quickly. I have a lot of men's stuff today. But yeah, it should sell fairly quickly because this stuff is moving. Oh, next up. Okay, so this is a little Intimately Free People piece. This is one of their little nightgowns. These nightgowns sell very well for me. This isn't like, they have one style that's got this zigzag lace inset around the bottom. That's kind of like the nightgown version of their Adela bralette that they've made for a very long time. But any of their nightgowns do sell quite well for me. I mean, they're not crazy high dollar sellers, but they do tend to sell very quickly. This is really, really flowy. It's like a trapeze silhouette. It's a size medium. It's in perfect condition. Again, that burgundy, that color of the season. It should be pretty easy to find the actual name of this dress, but I'll probably see somewhere $20 to $30 on this. Just so light and breezy, right? Especially in the summer. Who wants to be in anything but this? We're getting there, guys. Next up, another men's piece. This one's from Lululemon. This is just a little tech polo shirt, a little golf polo, if you will. It's this pretty, like, kind of mauvey heather. So Lululemon pieces have these like long hang tags and they're meant to be ripped out. So a lot of times you will go right past these, but there are a couple tells. Number one, like once you get a bead on Lululemon fabric, it's really easy to spot because they use kind of proprietary fabrics that are very, very easily identifiable, at least to me. I'm all feel. But with men's pieces, a lot of times you're going to see these 3 stitches on the shoulder. That's a little bit of a tell. And a lot of the times, even if you don't see that, just look for the back. It's usually on the left side, back hem, you'll see the logo. Now, something like this a couple years ago would have gone for like $40, but today I'll see like $25, $30 on this all day, and no doubt this will sell quickly. It's about a size medium. That's kind of the downside of not having the tag anymore. You can't really tell, so you have to go by measurements, but just eyeballing this is a size medium. And again, somewhere around $25 and probably very quickly. Next up, this is another one that I had never seen before, but I think is very, very cute. This is from a brand called Mars the Label, which I had never heard of before, but again, it felt quite nice in terms of construction. So it's got this kind of like boxy top, right? Like this is made to be kind of drapey up here, but then it cinches in at the waist and it's mini length. It's butter yellow, which is still a very, very hot color, and I anticipate it still being quite popular this year. It's a UK size 6, so that's a US size 2. Sold comps on this brand are pretty solid. I want to say I'll probably see like $30 to $45 on this. I'll have to do a little bit more research on it. Again, it's a new to me brand, but let me know if you've ever had any kind of experience with it, because it does look pretty well made. I'm assuming it's UK based, seeing as that tag is in UK sizes. And again, the silhouette, this is very much like a club dress, party dress. So TBD on that one. All right, next up. Oh, this was so cool. So this is from Bailey 44, which is definitely a very high-end brand. I'm pretty sure that they're sold at Revolve. Definitely keep your eyes out for that label. This shirt is so interesting to me. So it is sheer. You can kind of see my hand through it there, but it's striped. It feels really like, it feels like a nice fabric, right? Like this doesn't feel super cheap or super catchy. And on the front, I don't know if you can tell this, but it's actually double layer. So it creates a bit of a plaid when it's on. I don't even know where to start with this. I know that this is a good brand. It's size medium. It's that beautiful burgundy color. So I'll lean on the burgundy. I'll lean on the sheer. But this probably retailed over $100, and I'll probably see somewhere 30 to 40 on it. Really a wild guess on that. But I wish you guys could feel it. This is such an interesting textile. I've never felt anything quite like this. It almost feels vintage, right? This feels like something that maybe came out of like the 60s or the 70s. But either way, we'll see how this does. And in the meantime, do keep your eyes out for this label. This is only like the second or third piece that I've ever found from them, and they've all sold for a very good price. But I just thought that this was so unusual, and if it's weird and well made, I'm on board. I cannot believe that this is not toppled yet. Just a few pieces to go. Now this is one that I grabbed. There's no tag in it. You cannot read the inside tag, but just because of what this is, I grabbed it. This is like this feels like a linen cotton mesh. It's super, super lightweight, but it's got a nice hand to it that makes me think that it's linen. It's got raw edges, cap sleeve. This silhouette in particular feels very Y2K for me. I don't think it's Y2K, but you know, for all I know, this could be a high-end brand. But again, I picked this up because of what the shirt is. Like the placket here is silk. These are all mother of pearl buttons. They're like thicker mother of pearl buttons, which to me is always a tell that it's slightly nicer. It's probably a size small, and I think that this will sell fairly quickly just because of style and what it's made of. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but this really just like piqued my interest in a compelling way, and at the bins, I'm gonna take that chance. If this was like $7, I probably would have left it behind with so many questions on it, but at a few bucks, I'm gonna take the chance on this. If I can figure out who made this, this could be something that's very expensive, but if I'm just going by style on this, I'll probably see, you know, $20, $25 on it. I just thought it was so cool, and my gut is usually quite good with stuff like this. Oh, next up, this is that other pair of pants from that company by the Sun. And these were the pants that I saw in the thrift store, and I saw like 5 or 6 of them. So I'm wondering, again, if the company kind of fizzled out or maybe never even like made it to launch, and they donated a bunch of their inventory to Goodwills. But again, like the quality on this is so nice. This is a beautiful like hunter green, wide leg. I mean, if these fit me, this is so staying with me. This is so my flavor. They're size large, nice pockets, nice wide waistband. It's a viscose satin, which is just very, very flowy. Obviously, you want to be careful with anything viscose when it comes to washing it, but yeah, I have no idea what I'll get for this. But aren't they so pretty? Though despite the fact that I have very long legs, these feel exceptionally long, so we'll see. But if I do end up selling them, again, probably somewhere around $30, and something that will just sell based on style. I don't think that the brand's gonna carry it, but just 4 pieces to go here, guys. And this was one that I thought was so cool. So this is Banana Republic, but specifically, this is a Banana Republic Mad Men dress. So they must have done like a little capsule collection in conjunction with Mad Men. So that dates it to when Mad Men was still on, I'm going to assume. But this dress is this beautiful like mauvey color, and it's this very retro silhouette. So it's kind of that shirtwaist silhouette where it's nice and fitted on the top and it kind of blouses out. It's got pockets, just like everything from Banana Republic. It's beautifully made. It's a size 14. It's in perfect condition. So this has a couple different like keyword avenues, right? So it's got party dress, wedding guest dress, all that kind of stuff. It's retro, so it has that kind of like retro rockabilly 1950s mid-century style. It's also got the Mad Men tie-in, which, you know, people love that show still to this day. Not quite sure what I'll get on it, but man, is it in perfect condition? Maybe somewhere around 40 bucks, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. We'll find out. But I like that it's a size 14. That's a really nice size. I believe that 14 or 16 is the size of the average American woman today. So always good to find something that's like right down there in the middle. But we'll find out. Isn't that so pretty though? And this fabric has like just like the tiniest little bit of iridescence to it. It's like a little bit of a shimmer. It's really, really unusual. It's something that's gonna be beautiful on. And then next up, oh, this was an interesting one. I'm interested to hear if any of you guys have ever had experience with this brand. This is from Afends, A-F-E-N-D-S, and I believe that they use a hemp cotton. This is just a little like cropped black mock neck turtleneck. Resale prices on stuff from them seem to be pretty serious. Now this is a very like small, insignificant piece, so probably somewhere 30 to 40 bucks on it, but like some of their more significant pieces resell very, very high. So let me know if you have had experience, but either way, this in terms of like trend, first of all, a black turtleneck is always going to be in style. Everybody should have one in their wardrobe if they're comfortable wearing a turtleneck. This is a mock neck, which is specifically very popular right now. It's ribbed, it's in perfect condition, and it feels really nice. So I'm going to guess that this will sell very quickly because of what it is, plus the brand, but let me know if you've had experience with this, because I've never found it before today. Aha. Next up, now this is one that me and a Binsbro literally reached for at the same time and my hand touched it a split second earlier and I got it. And I told him, of course, like if I decide that I don't want it, it'll go straight to him. But this is a barn jacket. It's vintage for sure. And it's from Club Room, which I believe is a Macy's in-house brand. But this is like a perfectly worn, perfectly broken in chore jacket, barn jacket. You want to use all of those keywords. It's in that like perfectly broken in condition. I love in particular that it's got the leather collar and the backside is corduroy. But I just recently saw a reel from Bethany from Trash Pandas Thrift, who you guys should be following if you're not already following them. But she was talking specifically about barn jackets and talking about how if there's something that you know is like super in demand, so for example, right now, both Barber jackets and the LL Bean barn jackets are super duper red hot and they'll go for like over $100. Keep your eyes out for things that kind of are in that same style, but maybe don't have the brand name with it, because they're gonna have like a halo effect from the specific brands that are popular. Like nobody's gonna know when you're wearing this that it isn't an LL Bean barn jacket. In fact, I think that this looks a little bit better than the LL Bean barn jackets because of this gorgeous patinaed leather. It's an easy way to make those style-based pickups when you don't necessarily have the in-demand brands available to you. This is a perfect example of what she was talking about. I'll probably see, as beat up and as weathered as this is, I think that adds to the value of this. I'll probably see somewhere north of $50 on this, if not closer to 100 or so. So we'll find out, but it is so like perfectly, I stole this from my dad's closet, you know? That's gotta be the thing that makes this thing tip over. I swear, this pile is taller than me. It looks shorter than me in the camera, but it's because it's behind me. Oh shoot, there was two more. So this is actually a really good one to talk about. This is just a little Guns N' Roses tee, which I would have gone right past because if you look at it quickly and you don't look at the tag, it just looks like one of the reissue tees that you get at like Target. But then if you feel it, like the cotton on this feels unbelievable. And the brand on this is People of Leisure. This is a label I for sure want you to keep your eyes out for. They're quite pricey. They tend to be priced in like the Daydreamer price range, so like around $80 for a t-shirt. This I want to say was about $80, but this is like their little shrunken tiny tee. It's a size medium. This is in perfect condition. I will probably see $40 to $50 on the resale market on this. It is a brand to grab for sure. Again, something I would have missed if I didn't feel it, right? Like I understand why people wear gloves when they're at the bins, like I 100% get it. But if you can get past that little fear and just have your hand sanitizer on hand when you need it, I urge you to give it a try, because this is the kind of stuff that you will find because you feel the difference. If this was David Bowie, it would not be leaving me. And then finally, this is something that I grabbed. It was like the last thing I grabbed for the day. And it's another Veronica Beard blazer. And this is one of the blazers that the Dickies kind of zip into. There's a name for them and I can't remember it off the top of my head. But this is kind of what put Veronica Beard on the map. She made these blazers because at the time when she released these, one of the big styles was to wear like a hoodie under a blazer or like a thicker shirt under a blazer. And if you've ever worn like a sweatshirt under a blazer, especially something that's in any way fitted, like it's like wearing a straitjacket. The volume of fabric on your arms underneath like a rigid blazer arm is untenable. Like it's so uncomfortable. So she made these things where they have this like interchangeable Dickie system. I remember Dickies, like Cousin Eddie, and they zip in. So it would be like the front of a hoodie, but that's it. It's just like the front of a hoodie. So it's kind of an innovative thing. And these still go for crazy prices. I want to say that these retailed about $500, and on the resale market, a lot of them still resell for like $100 to $150. Now, this is a size 4, so the smaller size might affect at least the speed of sale. But the last one of these, of this particular model that sold, I want to say it went for like $125. So I'll take it. But guys, that is it. That is the massive haul for today. All in retail price on all of this stuff is about $10,000. And in terms of resale value, I think I've got somewhere between $1,500 and $1,800. Now, between the thrift store and the bins, I spent about $170. So all in all, I'd say it's a pretty dang good day. But guys, thank you so much for hanging with me while I nerd out about some of these things. It is always so nice to know that there are others out there like me, but just know that I appreciate each and every one of you so much. But guys, if you had fun, please consider leaving a like or comment on this video. Of course, don't forget to hit subscribe. All of that helps me out so much with YouTube. But without further ado, guys, I hope you have the most beautiful week. Happy hunting, and I will see you all in the next one. I can't believe this is still standing.